Today, I want to challenge you to stop comparing yourself to other people, or at least encourage you to be more particular about the people that you compare yourself to. I'm headed off on a little hike and I'm going to take you with me. So here we go. I love how this hike starts today. There's this beautiful winding little bridge over a sweet creek. I'm in eastern Tennessee near the mountains, the Appalachians and Smoky Mountains. It's actually a pretty bitter cold day. My fingertips are freezing. I wish I'd worn gloves. So there's a lot I could say about comparing ourselves. I've struggled with my share of it. But my encouragement today to you is to stop comparing yourself, especially to people on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube. Most people are not going to be sharing the real or authentic side of their life. And even if they're sharing an area vulnerably, they're probably not sharing all of it, right? We all have a need to be esteemed, valued, accepted. Many people are putting out what isn't really real or true in their life. I don't know how many people I could tell you that look like they have these perfect lives and live in $500,000, $1 million homes, and you find out they don't even have $5,000 in the bank. If they lost their job tomorrow or something changed in their life financially, they would be screwed. Others, I can think of a number of people that have put out these incredible photos on Instagram, and you think their family looks perfect, and suddenly they're getting a divorce. It's brutal, and you find out that what you were looking at wasn't even real. So the question I have for you is, what is your plumb line? When you think of your life, even an area you might want to change in, you need to be careful who you're comparing yourself to. What's the plumb line? Are you looking at people with perfect bodies and struggling to lose weight? It's not going to help you, because most of the time those people's lives are not perfect by any means. And if you knew what their story was, even the ones that you think are perfect in this season, when you find out what they have been through, you would not pick their story. We all have our own set of problems. And if you find out the cards that someone else has dealt, you probably would not want their cards. You would probably in the end just choose the cards you were dealt. I don't think there's anything that's going to build your confidence by comparing yourself to other people. And sometimes the only way not to compare is to not put yourself in a position to compare. I don't mess around on Instagram. I hardly spend any time on Facebook. I have a hard enough time not comparing myself to people in real life, day to day, and I want to engage with people. But I know that by limiting my time scrolling through feeds of what other people have done or where they've been, what they have is better for my mental health. It's better for living fully and present. And so I make it a practice to limit the amount of time that I spend comparing. I find that really helps. I use social media as a tool to connect, but I really have to be careful. And when I feel myself going down that rabbit hole, one particular post and what's glamour shots or whatever it is, I have to push the pause button and get out of that space and change my thinking. I have to flush the mental toilet. I have to flush those ideas and thoughts, because otherwise I'm going to be drawn into that vortex of comparison. Be mindful of who you're comparing yourself to. Be mindful of how you're thinking, how you're feeling, and catch yourself before you go down those rabbit holes, before you spend an hour comparing yourself to all these other people whose lives are probably not even real, who are not even sharing the authentic bits of it. And your mental health is going to be way better for it. And you are going to begin to thrive because your mental health is going to be better, without a doubt. So choose carefully and be kind to yourself. Try not to compare. It's not good. We want to grow. We want to have aspirations in life, but there's never going to be a direct comparison. You are unique. Your journey is unique, and the comparison trap is going to destroy you. So be careful, be cautious. Find people that will encourage you. Find people that are looking at the best in you and drawing that out, because ultimately you should only be comparing yourself against who you were in the past. Because if you're growing, then you're succeeding. If you're in the same place or regressing, there might be some work you have to do. There might be some change you need to make. But look in the mirror and be courageous enough to make that change and have a come to Jesus moment, right? We all need to make change at times in our life. I hope that you'll stick with me to create a meaningful life, live fully in the moment, and leave a legacy. I'll see you again next time.